You're entering? Why entering that much into it? You could have done it. Out! 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 Last time that you intervened, I was wondering about, you know, when it intervened during the last episode, it was to help, no? But here it was clearly to block that kid inside. It was clearly not to help. Contact Kirch! Contact Kirch so Kirch can contact one of your friends. Mayday! 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 It's well done. It's really well done. On screen, you know, visually it looks so well. So you didn't help? Maybe I was right with my first impression. The eye is the brain of the squad.
We ran some diagnostics and we found a glitch in one of her subroutines. The only way we could fix it. You made her forget. You didn't give her a choice, did you? I gave her medicine, just like any other doctor. You've been going to the secure lab a lot lately, Kirch told me. Someone has to watch.
What she saw about Nibs, you know, the fact that they made her forget, and what she can see at the lab with these creatures.
They're specimens collected by Wayland. He's studying them. They're experiments, too.
Like you are, my dear.
This is a research facility filled with scientists. That's what we do.
Even you.
Like you study us. Wendy. That's not my name.
I love to name you Wendy more than Marcy.
Why don't we sit down? He said stop pretending. Are we people or are we something else? And he said stop pretending to be people. And I think he's right. I don't want to be people anymore if this is what people are. Who said? Kirch. He said people get romantic about things. Feelings. Saying we don't have to. You can get rid of all of that. All the sadness.
No, it's making you a human
all the
being.
madness.
Don't follow Kirch.
See the world for what it really is, not how it feels. Well, they would say that. He's a machine. I'm here to help you. To make sure that you get through. But we have to work together, right? You have to tell me what's wrong so I can help you fix it. What if you're what's wrong?
Humans? That's Kirch's point of view, you know. Again, I think that he's gonna do a revolution against humans thing.
I noticed how you seem to care.
No, I did. I mean, I do.
Is my sister safe?
Yeah. Oh. Be honest.
Between them, what they can do, and the creatures, no.
Of course she is. Here, let me show you. We put their vitals right here.
Ah, maybe he's gonna write it to you?
There's Sweetie, looking healthy.
That's what I thought.
And then there's Wendy. Yeah.
You're giving a code.
I see. Here's, Wendy's vitals looking totally normal.
Hybrid trackers. Ah, she has a tracker.
That's all the reassurances I can give you.
You
That's
turned them off, that's good.
Yeah.
But you need to
That's
hurry.
all I need.
The Cavalier's boy. One is not connected. Ah! The one who died. Okay, you're gonna discover what happened. Slightly. What do you do?
Listen in. Sure you can. You're a good boy.
You're gonna use
Please.
Arthur, you know, is coming to check on your friend? No. He's a good guy.
Hello?
He's coming to the labs right now. Oh no, slightly. Oh no. You're not gonna do anything. You
Tootles?
see what happened to Tootles? If you have your eyes on the camera right now, you saw it. Again! Don't take him out just like that without any protection. Worst thing to do. Oh, Fifi and the eye, they can see that you're doing that. You're all insane.
What? I'm afraid too. I haven't done it.
In Kirch, you can see that and you're not intervening.
No. The doctor's still in.
Oh, son, so sorry. You were so nice. Kirch?
Everything okay?
I knew that you would turn yourself against the Cavalier boy, you know, against human beings, but like that, with the creatures, you know, mano a mano with the creatures. Arthur is dead. But that's it, you're gonna bring that one tomorrow. What about this one? Ah, okay, it was not close. Slightly. That was close for you, slightly. Yes, yes, yes. 2 doors opened. And the eye blocked. That was a cool episode. A lot of things happened. I knew, you know, that things would accelerate a lot. I thought that it would be because of the meeting between the Cavalier Boy and Yutani, because I thought that in fact it would go wrong, you know, that meeting, that Muro would try to kill the Cavalier Boy one way or another, that maybe he would say to Slightly, okay, now is the time to bring someone to me, you know, take that opportunity, you're gonna have a ship coming at my place, so really take that opportunity, but no. Maybe I wanted to accelerate stuff too much. But I was right with that idea that things would go faster, and it was faster, like that's it. It's the beginning of we're losing control of the situation, and this island is gonna turn like the ships, you know, into old movies, you know, alien movies and stuff like that. Like it's a closed space with creatures getting wild and crazy and hunting you, trying to kill you. We're gonna begin to have that. But in fact, this episode was really to prepare that, to prepare creatures going wild, and to prepare also all of the characters where they are right now with their states of mind, but also with really where they are into the story. Put them at the right place. Meaning that we have Kirch and the Cavalier Boy out. That is a surprise for me. And Kirch, the fact that he doesn't say anything about what is happening, that is letting people getting killed, humans like robots, you know, droids, that for me it's a surprise in the sense that for what I understood of Kirch, since the beginning I'm saying at some point he's gonna turn himself against the Cavalier Boy, and he's really all about droids for victory, you know, we're better than you and stuff like that. So I felt that at some point he could switch. So I'm not surprised about that, you know, that he can betray the Cavalier Boy. But I'm more surprised that he would let his precious kids know. He never really considered them as his kids. He was not like Arthur and Sylvia about them. It was more like, you're good soldiers. I'm surprised by that, you know, that he doesn't try to help them or what. Because clearly he saw what happened to Tootles. Maybe not when it happened, but after that. And did he provoke it or not when he said to Tootles, you need to go and you need to feed them? Did he provoke it for the kid to get attacked like that? I don't think so, because, you know, the circumstances when it attacked, that door which stayed into your hand, maybe he could have provoked that, you know, forcing you to enter, betting on the fact that that flying creature would attack you, but he couldn't have predicted, you know, that the eye would intervene and block you inside like that. He couldn't have predicted that. You know, I'm not surprised that Kirch switched. I'm surprised that he does it like that. We'll see. Tootles, I'm sorry for you with what happened. Slightly, we know why he's doing all of that. I'm not surprised. And I don't want to blame him, because again, we saw all of the brainwashing, how long it took, the fact that Muro threatens his family. We have to remember that inside he's still a kid. Even if they had that conversation about now we are grown-ups, for me they are more like teenagers, you know, right now. And it fits, you know, with the fact that all of them, they are beginning to think by themselves, to take different directions also. So yes, for me they are more like teenagers. So yes, I don't want to blame Slightly. Even if the fact that he wanted to take Joe for transforming him like that, I was not okay with it. And for sure I'm not okay with the fact that at the end it's Arthur. Because he was a good character, he always tried to protect these kids. At the same time, it would have been the end of his character no matter what, because, you know, even if he wouldn't have gone to the lab to check on Tootles, because of the fact that he was getting fired. So no matter what, he would have been out. And I wonder about, would they have let him go just like that? Someone who knows that much, someone who did that much? They would have been afraid of him saying informations, maybe reproducing his work here for someone else. I think that maybe at some point he would have get killed, outside for an obscure reason. I'm sorry for him. I wonder about how slightly he's gonna manage to take a ship, to take a boat and to get out of this place. I wonder also about Joe, how he's gonna escape. Okay, now he has the code for that boat. And also they don't have the trackers on any of the kids anymore. So that is great. But it can't be so easy, For sure it's not gonna be that easy. Maybe it's gonna be easier to convince Wendy to follow you. At first she didn't want to, she was like, no, I prefer to stay here in fact. But the fact that she discovered that they erased memories from Nibs, and also the fact that she talks a lot with Fifi at the lab, she just understands right now that they are part of an experiment as well. They are considered as creatures that they can study, that all of these guys are studying, and that because of that, they can do things to them, they own them, so that in fact she can't do whatever she wants, and she's not the one choosing, the one in charge of her own life, and that they choose the other ones. The conversation that she had with Joe about the yes and no, I think that it was an important one. That thing about saying yes, it's creating opportunities, saying no, it's really something lame, like really. A lot of manipulators said that kind of stuff, to force the consent of the person in front of them. Just saying. For sure you have the right to say no, and it's one of your first rights, as a human being, to be able to choose what you want and what you don't want. So yes, maybe it's gonna be easier to convince Wendy to leave, but for sure it's gonna be harder to leave, and I'm pretty sure that you're not gonna be able to leave to create the situation for the season 2, the one that in fact I predict since a long time for Neverland to be transformed into that closed space in which we're gonna have people and creatures, both, going crazy while killing each other. And again, I think that it's a good idea because that island can become such a good place for that. We're gonna have the labs, the little facilities right there, but after that, all of the complex, all of the other places where people lived, all of that, and we're gonna have the rest of the island with the jungle, with everything, so it can be really a good place for that. To go back to the eye, who helped, because right there, it's what he did. It helped for Tootles to be blocked inside, so that alien could attack it. Into the ship during the previous episode, I had the impression, at first, that he was trying to occupy the lady so she wouldn't pay attention to the other alien trying to escape. But then I had a doubt and I was like, maybe in fact he was trying to warn her about the danger, about the threat? I was not sure. Later during the episode, in fact, that eye didn't attack one of the members of the ship, and on the contrary, went to fight Fifi, the xenomorph. So I was like, what the fuck? In fact, maybe, I hesitated before about its intention, so maybe I was right, and in fact the eye is someone great, is someone who can be an ally. But at the same time, I was not sure, and I said, maybe the eye is the brain of that squad, can do things, can think really elaborate plan and all. But I finished with the impression that the eye could help, just helped. right there, in fact, it helped the other alien, you know, the flying one. And when he looked at the entire situation, I had the impression that he was glad about it, you know, about that's it, chaos is coming, so soon I'm gonna be released. And he saw Wendy talking with Fifi that much. Maybe in fact into the ship you were really working with all of the other aliens except for Fifi. Maybe Fifi is really your enemy, but you just saw your enemy talking with Wendy, which can be bad for her, and then one of them escaping with slightly all of that. Nibs is not pregnant anymore. I was wondering during one moment if all of that pregnancy was it really only psychological, like she's beginning to understand that she's a machine, all of that, like all of them are beginning to understand what it means truly, and again they are taking different directions because of that. As teenagers they are beginning to think by themselves. So I thought that it was the case for Nibs, and it was her way to claim that she's human because she can be pregnant. But during the episode I had a little doubt about it, and I was like, can it be something unconscious, you know, like when she got attacked by the eye, maybe she had a parasite inside of her, and you know, maybe it's a way for our body to say it out loud, I have something inside, to say I am pregnant. But no, I don't think that it was that. You know, I had that little doubt during the episode, but now I'm like, no, okay, it was more psychological. But now that she knows, Nibs, that they erased her memories, how is she gonna react to it? To that info? She's gonna go cray-cray once again? That was a good episode. A lot of actions, a lot of intense moments, and again, it was a preparation episode for what is gonna happen next, really. To have the explanation about why did it go wrong, what happened, you know, right there, what were the human mistakes, the mistakes because of which everything happened. And again, people who disliked the previous episode, not my case, I loved it, my favorite one, they were mad about the human mistakes which felt really unlogical and unprofessional during the previous episode. So what are you gonna think about this episode when you're gonna see the mistakes which were committed right there? Are you gonna say that it's unlogical, it's not professional and all? You need to have that kind of situations, that kind of characters into shows and movies of that kind, you know. For things to go wrong, you need to have people doing mistakes, and you need to have things which feel not logical, but which are in fact the reason why we have this show, these movies. So yes, I appreciated it, this episode. Tell me, what did you think about it? I'm interested by your opinion about it. It's all for you and for me for today, guys, and it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.